and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
On second down, it's Coleman, and he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
You ain't going nowhere. Smoke. 47. Check my 47. Tackles.
They're going to try and throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Back to throw now on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number 920 almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80.
That's caught inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on first and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's second and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Look at me.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll drop to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. This is Pittsburgh. Let's get the ball.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And a using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Here we go, here we go. 60 outlaw.
Now they try the right side here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
I got him. Check 9, check 9. H3, 218. Chopper, chopper.
On the counter, here's Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
They're running it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47. Hey, watch the sling out. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. I know he ain't got it. Go on.
They're going to look to throw. Jones has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. 2nd and 2. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Following the field goal on his Locke Edwards to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. Got one. Check. Hey, Sam on. Time go. Get it.
Here's Breida. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Devin McCourty brings him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He can run for it, and he will. And this won't be enough. A good, secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4.
We got 3. Mike 35. Hey, keep it.
They run for it with Breida. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Jam. Check nickel. Right. Yep. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, tight. Check, ready, go.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
Ready. Like 10, like 10. Yeah. Ready.
Now this time he'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, it can turn into a big play. The reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
Red. 18 Gator. Watch the curl. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Just see it. Come on. Hey. Pick the edge. Go. Catch.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach?
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I got you. Switch, General. West.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Hey, pick your game up.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. And finding the tight end, Wilson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check 50, check 50. Bang, 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 bang.
He may try and run for this. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
So don't say nothing.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Sit, move. Hey, go. Check Mike 50. Fire, 64, weak. Squeeze, double. Mike says go.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time.
I want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This will be taken very short. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
They could get it done. Well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete here. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. On 1st down, here's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Out of the shotgun, Breida. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. He can run for it, and he will. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, that little John Helps able to pick up the first, get out of bounds as well.
And he has to play a little bit of risk-reward here at this time because they need these first downs, but you know the risk is if they catch him inbounds and tackle him, the clock continues to run and grinds things for him. So he's able to get it done, get out of bounds, and conserve a little bit of time as they try and get the ball downfield.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's a run with Ballage. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll try to run with Breida. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Tighten up. Pull it together. 4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Carolina, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.